Hi friends, my name is 𝗵𝗊𝗺𝗺. I am studying BA LLB third year at Telangana Tribal Welfare Residential Law College for Men, Sangareddy. My college was the first tribal law college which is established by the Telangana government. My subject is constitutional law and my topic Article 21 of the Indian Constitution. The father of the constitution, Dr. 𝗂𝗶𝗻𝗵𝗵𝗃 said that, I quote, "Law and order are the medicine of the body politic, and when the body politic gets sick, the medicine must be administered." I unquote. Article 21 of the Indian Constitution says that, I quote, "No person shall be deprived his life or personal liberty except according to procedure established by law." Article 21 is also known as right to life, which is giving the life and the personal liberties to the citizens of India. Article 21 available to every citizen and non-citizen alike. According to Article 14 of the Indian Constitution, all are equal before the law and equal protection of the laws. As well, Article 21 is also applicable to the all the Indian citizens irrespective of caste, creed, gender and race, birthplace, etc. And Article 21 available to foreigners alike. Here is the case law, National Human Rights Commission versus State of Arunachal Pradesh. In that case, the court held that Article 21, which is also known as right to life, is available or applicable to foreigners or non-citizens also. Before going to the detailed explanation about Article 21, let us discuss about introduction, origin and object of Article 21. The phraseology of Article 21 starts with the negative word, but the word not has been used in relation to deprive. According to grammar form, the Article 21 comes or says in the negative word deprived, but in the judicial interpretation the word constitution was used in the positive effect in the society which is guaranteed under Article 21 of the Indian Constitution. The origin of Article 21. Article 21 is one of the articles in the Indian Constitution which is drafted by the drafting committee headed by the father of the Constitution, Dr. 𝗂𝗂𝗻𝗵𝗃, and the Constitution adopted by the Constituent Assembly on 26th November 1949, and our Constitution came into force on 26th January 1950, which is also known as Republic Day. Article 21 is one of the articles which in the part 3 of the Indian Constitution deals with the fundamental rights from Article 12 to 35. The main object of Article 21. Article 21 is to prevent encroachment upon personal liberty and deprivation of life. As we all know that Article 21 is saying right to life, and the object of Article 21 is preventing the encroachment upon the personal lives and liberties in the society. In case if any person is trying to infringe or encroach a person's life, Article 21, at that time the aggrieved person can approach the Supreme Court of India according to Article 32 of the Indian Constitution by the writs habeas corpus, mandamus, certiorari, quo warranto and prohibition, as well as the aggrieved person can approach the respective High Court by the Article 226 of the Indian Constitution to protect his right to life as well as the fundamental rights which are guaranteed under in the Indian Constitution. Article 21 is a basic structure which would not be taken away by a constitutional amendment. In the case of 𝗂𝗽𝗻𝗺 𝗧𝗏 versus Union of India, in that case the court held that the parliament can amend the constitution without disturbing the basic structure of the Indian constitution. What does mean by basic structure? The basic structure is the basic value of the Indian constitution which gives the lives and liberties and giving the meaningful life to the citizens of India. Article 21 is also recognized under basic structure of the Indian constitution because of the people's lives and their liberties are the more important according to the constitution. That is why Article 21 was recognized under the basic structure of the Indian constitution, which would not be taken away by any constitutional amendment. Article 20 cannot be suspended even during period of emergency in the country. In the Indian constitution, Article 354 deals with the national emergency, 356 deals with the constitutional emergency or president rule, 360 deals with the financial emergency. In the time of emergency time also, Article 21 cannot be suspended because of Article 21 giving the life to the people, and the people's life is the more important to the constitution, which is the essential element of the state. Let us discuss about the chief goals of the Article 21. The chief goals of the Article 21 are protection of life and personal liberty, right to live with dignity, right to livelihood, right to privacy, right to safe food and right to shelter, etc. According to the present Chief Justice of India says that, I quote, that section 497 of Indian Penal Code violated the articles 14, 15 and 21 of the Indian Constitution, and he read down section 198 clause 2 of Criminal Procedure Code. He opined that decriminalizing adultery was rooted in the patriarchal notion and it had resulted in the centuries of the female subjugation. Protection of life and personal liberty. This is the one of the chief goals of the Article 21. According to the Chief Justice of India, Justice Bhagwati, Article 21, I quote, embodies a constitutional value of supreme importance in a democratic society. As we all know that our India is also one of the democratic countries in the society or the nations, and in that democratic society the constitutional value is the supreme importance because of the representatives of the parliament or the respective state assemblies were elected by the people, and the constitution giving the way to administer to the executive, legislative and judiciary, and also giving the rights and duties to the citizens of India. That is why the constitutional value is the supreme importance in the democratic society, and Article 21 gives meaning, complete and worth of living to the citizens of India, which means Article 21 is giving not only right to citizens of India, and Article 21 protecting the lives, liberties of the citizens, giving the meaningful life, because of without having implementation about the our own will, our own ideas in our life, it's not make a meaningful life. That's why Article 21 is giving the meaningful life to the citizens of India to live in the society by protecting his life, personal liberties, etc. Right to live with dignity. Right to life embraces not only physical existence but also the quality of life. It means that every person have right to live with dignity without discrimination. Before we discussed about the protection of life and personal liberty, here also the liberty is giving is dignity to the citizens irrespective of caste, creed, gender, etc. As we all know that Article 14 and 15 of the Indian Constitution deals with the equality and discrimination respectively, and dignity is given to the citizens of India by the Article 21 irrespective of any other basis, and it means that every person having right to live with dignity without discrimination. The former President of India, Pratibha Patel, says that, I quote, "Human dignity is the backbone of human rights." I unquote. Here is the one of the case law about the right to live with dignity. Maneka Gandhi versus Union of India. Maneka Gandhi is to go abroad, but at that time the government of India impounded the articles at the passport of the Maneka Gandhi. At that time, Maneka Gandhi challenges before the Supreme Court of India on right to live with dignity, right to go abroad, and right to life in the society. At that time, the Supreme Court of India held that if we stop the Maneka Gandhi, at that time the Maneka Gandhi's right to live with dignity, right to privacy, and right to go abroad will be infringed. That is why Article 21 saying, let her go and do his own will to in the society, which is said by the Supreme Court of India in the case of Maneka Gandhi versus Union of India. Right to livelihood. Right to livelihood is the most important chief goals which are guaranteed under Article 21 of the Indian Constitution. The term livelihood means a mode of securing necessities of a life. A person's work is the main source of his livelihood. As we all know that in the present society, if you survive in the society, you must be having some financial support. The financial support will be come from the work of a respective person in the society. That is why the term livelihood means securing the necessities which are come from the financial support by doing the work in the society, and a person work is the main source of his livelihood, and free from exploitation and practice any profession to support his livelihood. As we all know that in the present society, most of the people selfish in the nature, and they are always willing to exploit the others profession practice in the society. But Article 21 is saying that right to livelihood and free from exploitation and practice any profession in the society to support his livelihood. If any person exploits or infringes the other person's livelihood, it directly and indirectly infringes the Article 21 of the Indian Constitution. According to the former Chief Justice of India, 𝗧𝗦𝗔𝗧 says that the bench threw out the government's argument of 𝗧𝗏, saying that there can be no 𝗧𝗏 against the Constitution. It agreed that paved dwellers do occupy the spaces unauthorized. Here is the case law regarding right to livelihood in the society. In a case, 𝗂𝗽𝗱 versus Mumbai Municipal Corporation, well known as paved dwellers case. In that case, the constitutional bench of the court said that the easy way of depriving a person's right to life would be depriving him means of livelihood, and the court agreed to do their business as the paved dwellers besides the road in the case of 𝗂𝗽𝗱 versus Mumbai Municipal Corporation. Right to life, an equal importance facet of the right, is a right to livelihood in the society, which means if it disturbs a person's livelihood, it's directly and indirectly we are disturbing his life in the society, which are guaranteed under Article 21 of the Indian Constitution. Right to privacy. Right to privacy is the most important chief goals of the Article 21. Right to privacy is the private space of any person to be free from unwanted publicity. Privacy is saying that we having some private space, that private space should not be publicitated by any other person in the society. If any person going to publicitate our privacy, otherwise our private spaces, it is against the law. We can approach the court against that person, and it gives the personal immunity to the citizens and the non-citizens of India to protect their data and protect their private space, otherwise their private things in the society. The Constitution contains no explicit guarantee right to privacy, which includes the personal liberty. Here is a case 𝗂𝗃 Singh versus State of UP. In that case, the 𝗂𝗃 Singh was the habitual offender. The police visits the house of the 𝗂𝗃 Singh in the odd hours of the night. At that time, 𝗂𝗃 Singh challenges before the Supreme Court of India that the police are disturbing my right to privacy and right to life in the society. In that case, the Supreme Court of India held that because of 𝗂𝗃 Singh was a habitual offender in the nature, it means it is not disturbing the right to privacy and Article 21, and the court rejected the petitioner's claim in the society, which is right to privacy, which saying about there is no explicit guarantee to right to privacy, and right to privacy is the most important to the women in the society to live with self respect and dignity. And according to Subba Rao's observation, Article 21, which is also known as right to privacy, giving pave the way for the later elaborations in the society of the right to privacy. The Supreme Court of India on 24th August 2017 gave a unanimous verdict in the case of Justice K.S. Puttaswamy versus Union of India and other related matters, affirming that the Constitution guarantees to each and every individual a fundamental right to privacy. This case is also known as the Aadhaar card case in the society and right to safe food. Before going to discuss about the right to safe food, let us discuss about right to food. Right to food is come from the one of the incidents which is happened in the state of Rajasthan. In the Rajasthan, 47 people were dead by the starvation. At that time, People's Union for Civil Liberties were challenged before the Supreme Court of India that the citizens, the rights are violating Article 21. At that time, the court held that right to food is also part and parcel of the Article 21, and every citizen of India should take the right as a food which is guaranteed under Article 21. And according to every citizens under the Constitution having a fundamental right to safe and nutritious food as Article 21 impose the rights to the life. Here every citizen having the fundamental right to safe and nutritious food, everyone should be aware on this thing. And the right to free from hunger is also a basic human right, because of in this present society most of the people are not taking the 3 meals, but according to the human rights, this is also one of the fundamental rights and also human rights in the society. Here is the case law. The Gujarat High Court on 11th April 2023 division bench in the case of Patel Dharmesh Bhai Naren Bhai versus Dharmender Bhai Praveen Bhai Phufani LL 2023 Gujarat 70. In that, the Gujarat High Court observes in the time of Ramzan, the meat sellers are selling the adulterated and spoiled meat to the people. By observing that, the court held that right to safe and nutritious food to the people in the society which are guaranteed under Article 21 of the Indian Constitution. Article 21, right to sell meat or such any food subservient to the public health, and this is also said by the World Health Organization. Article 21 includes the following. Article 21 saying that right against delay execution, which means some persons having imprisoned at the police custody and delaying the execution process. At that time, the execution is delaying and the prime time of the prisoner is going on in the prison, which is should be having journey of their family. But in this time, due to the delay execution, he is losing his prime time. That is why Article 21 is saying right against delay execution. Right against solitary confinement. Section 73 of Indian Penal Code deals or defines the solitary confinement. Solitary confinement means a prisoner, otherwise a person keeping in a room alone by giving the food to him, but without any contact with others, and there will be no entertainment activities to that person. This gives the mentally and physically punishment to that prisoner, and this is also against to the Article 21 of the Indian Constitution. Right against public hanging. Section 294 of Indian Penal Code deals with the public hanging, and after getting the independence to India, the public hanging was prohibited by the government of India, and Article 21 is saying that public hanging is the against to the law and the Constitution. Right against custodial death. In the present society, most of the custodial deaths are happening. Custodial death means a prisoner or a person who is take the police custody or judicial custody. At that time, he was death caused by the police officer. At that time, section 300 and section 302 will be applicable to the respective police officer who did that crime, otherwise who did the custodial death of a specific person. Article 21 infringing and saying that right against custodial death. Right against illegal detention. Right against illegal detention, which is guaranteed under Article 21 of the Indian Constitution, is saying that if any person illegally detained by the police officer and not giving the information about that person, at that time the friends or the family members of that particular person can approach the Supreme Court of India by the writ habeas corpus, which is guaranteed under Article 32 of the Indian Constitution, and the court says that in that case the person who is detained by the police officer within 24 hours should be produced before the court of law. Right against telephone tapping is also one of the right which is guaranteed under Article 21. The telephone tapping is doing the wrongfulness, which means it is defaming or infringing the right to privacy of a person in the societies. And also Article 21 not only deals with these things, and also many articles are there in the Indian Constitution. I am going to conclude my session. The word life and liberty have been interpreted in a wide manner by Supreme Court of India. As we all know that Article 21 saying that no person shall be deprived his life or personal liberty except according to procedure established by law, and life, liberty except procedure established by law are interpreted by the Supreme Court of India in a wide manner. The interpretation which has been given to the word life and personal liberties in the various decisions of the Apex Court. Apex Court means Supreme Court of India have given the various words of the right to life and liberties in the various decisions, and procedure established by law, which means in the case of principles of natural justice, just, fair and reasonable cases only. Article 21A, as we all know that right to education. Right to education is enacted on 4th August 2009 and came into force on 1st April 2010. Article 21A saying that the state should provide the free and compulsory education to the children between the age group of 6 to 14 years old. Therefore, Article 21 itself code of rights that captures the heart and soul of the Constitution by the prioritizing the freedom of individuals and protecting from the might of the state. This is saying by the Constitution, and giving the rights to the citizens of India to protect their lives and their liberties except according to procedure established by law. The preamble of the Indian Constitution. The preamble of the Indian Constitution is the heart and soul of the Constitution, and the entire Constitution we can see in the preamble of the Indian Constitution. The preamble of the Indian Constitution starts with, "We, the people of India, having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic, and to secure to all its citizens liberty, liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith and worship. Before the liberty, there is a justice. Justice means social, economic and political. Equality of status and of opportunity, and promote among them all. Then fraternity, assuring the dignity of the individual and unity and integrity of the nation." These are deals with the preamble of the Indian Constitution. Thank you one and all. I would like to say thanks to the Gurukulam and the respected Secretary Sir, Deputy Secretary Sir and OSD Madam, and my mentor who supported me, Mr. 𝗳𝗏 Sir, and my friends. Thank you one and all, and a special thanks to TSAT channel and whole team of the TSAT. Thank you so much.